In this video, we'll go over how to add hotspots and callouts in the Synode Visualizer. For the model that we'll be using in this video, we'll be using our DJI Phantom drone example. For our first hotspot, I want to show a general overview showing the DJI Phantom drone's capabilities. To add a hotspot, let's go to the right side of our screen and click Hotspots. In the blue bar, you'll see Add Hotspot. Let's click that, and it gets added to our scene. Since I want this to be a general overview, I'm going to put this in the center of our drone. Now, there are two ways of doing this. One, we can freeform drag this around our scene until we get something that we're happy with. Or, we can go to Location, click Tie to Mesh, and now we can click anywhere on our mesh, and the hotspot will directly add itself. If you wish to choose the mesh location again, simply go to Location and click Pick Mesh. Now for our first hotspot, you'll see that there's a lot of settings to choose from. But before we dive deep into our settings, let's first create our callout to see what we're working with. Now, there are two ways to insert a callout to your hotspot. We can go to the right side of our screen, click Callouts, and add callout, or on our first hotspot, go to Callout Properties, select No Callout, Add New Callout. You can see at the bottom left that a callout gets projected onto our screen. Now from here, we can mess around with the callout settings, such as the location of where the callout is. In the Location tab, we can click the drop-down menu and select where we want this. So for this example, I'm going to go with the top right of our screen. In the Design tab, we can change the size. We could add a light background, as well as a border if we wish, the corner radius. We can mess around with the margin, which means how much space we want it away from the top right. For example, if I type in 100, it'll go closer towards the center of our mesh. Now that I have my callout where I want it, I can start adding contents. In our Settings tab, we'll go to Contents and click Add. We see four options: text, divider, image, and button. For now, I want to add some text. So I'll click Text, and as you can see, it gets inserted into our callout. I want this to be the header of our text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another text tab, and I'm going to title this DJI I can bold this, as well as underline, and change the font size. We can add in our subtext. Now, if we want an image or a GIF in our callout here, we can go to Add, and go to Image. You can see an image placeholder gets placed in our callout. So we'll go to Content Properties, and press Select Image, and select the file that you want. To give you some extra options, you can also drag around where you would like your image to be. So for example, if I want our image to be at the top, I can simply click Image here, and drag it to the top. But for this example, I'm going to keep it where it was. This looks good to me. So I'm going to go back to our hotspot settings. Now we can adjust the features of our hotspot to make things a little bit better. So to actually attach our callout to this hotspot, we're going to make sure that our hotspot is clicked. Make sure that the action is on callout. And at the callout properties, we'll simply click the drop-down menu and click Callout 1. Now, if you wish to change the callout's name, simply double-click the callout on the top right, and we can do DJI Callout. So now you can see that when we go back to hotspots, in the callout properties, that the callout that is selected is DJI Callout. Now, I'm going to click Draw Line to Callout. This way, there will be a line that intersects the callout and the hotspot. We can also change the size of our hotspot, as well as change the color, and we can also change the color of the line itself. Now that we have our callout finished, and our hotspot where we want it, we can now mess around with the camera. So at the bottom of our viewport, we can see a button called Set Base Camera. So let's have the camera angle where we want it, and click Set Base Camera. So when we click Preview, this is where our base camera will be. Now, if we want a specific camera angle for our hotspot, we'll select our hotspot and go down to Custom Camera Angle and enable it. And since I want this to be a general overview, I'll zoom out, make sure that it's a bit centered and at a bit of an angle. Once I'm happy, I'll click Set Camera Position. So that way, when I go to Preview, and click our hotspot, our camera will go to the camera angle that we just saved. You can add as many hotspots as you want, so that way no information gets missed. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comments. You can also join our Discord with the link in the description.